Ever felt like the game against traders is rigged in the meme coin market? You're right, of course it is. The developers have got so many controls and so many options. So I found a simple method that allowed me to dev coins and make money consistently. Just look at my Phantom wallet. I've got over $600,000 sitting in there from this method. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, we are now at the live demonstration portion of the video, but first let's take a quick look at the story of this meme coin here. I mean, look at this. This is pretty crazy. So, I mean, initially we've got this massive burst, then this time of tumultuation here before it picks up again. And, you know, the thing with this is that as a trader, this is a really tricky scenario because, you know, you've got these big kick-ups and then these massive drops, and obviously there's the looming threat all the time of the rug pull. But, you know, really there's only one point where you can make decent money in this coin, and that is later on down the road. But, you know, who is willing to wait around for the couple of days that the coin takes to really kick off? I mean, the first hour alone was a real boost up, and I imagine they're probably using something similar to what we will be using in our method. But then you look at things like this and you're like, how the hell are some of these top traders so consistent in their money making? You know, their P&Ls are fantastic. And I hate to say it, but really, they're probably devs. They're probably not traders. I imagine they're either trading their own coins before they rug pull, or they know a dev. And that is where createcoin.fun comes in. We can become the dev that we know. So we can launch our own coin with a bit of Solana, and the best part, we do not need to know any coding at all. No clickety-clack on our keyboards. All we've got to do is push a few buttons. And I'm sure you are more than capable of just pushing a few buttons. If I can do it, you can do it. But first, one thing I need to talk about is the kinds of markets that are available to devs. So this is looking at the pump market now, and as you can see, a lot of the market caps here are quite low. They're only in the couple of Ks, and the reason for that is because there is so much noise on pump because everyone is constantly uploading their coins to pump. There are restrictions on market caps, and also there are way more fees. So that's not a market we are going to use. We are going to use a different market that allows for better conditions. But you can see here a few coins do make it through on pump, and that's something that's also going to be important for us later on as well. So switching my options around here, we're going to switch to dynamic on Axiom. That gives us access to the Matora market, and as you can see already, a lot of the, you know, the coins that get through, their market caps are way higher, so they're in the tens of Ks, and this one's 6.5 billion, which is a silly amount of money for a coin. That's the market we're going to use. So if you've got about $100 worth of Solana in your wallet, you're basically prepared and ready to go. So we are going to click connect wallet. We are going to click Phantom, and then our wallet will be connected. Simple stuff, easy peasy so far. Now, when it comes to launching your own coin, you would make your own custom coin. You could put a name here, you could come up with a symbol and an image, you'd link it to a tweet from Trump or Musk or the World Cup or some move, the Odyssey or whatever, right? You can do whatever you like. But the issue with that is that you have to market it yourself, and that takes a long time. Instead, we are going to use the copy trending tab. Now, this is a really important tool, and it shows, oh look, there's an Odyssey coin there. So it shows us that the coins in front of us here have been trending already on the pump market, which, as I've told you before, is quite a hostile market environment. So these coins are already proven. Now what we can do is we can copy them over and put them into the Matora market, which means they are going to perform a lot better because the market is way more open and allows for growth. Okay, so, you know, we've got all these coins here. They've got market caps, they've got when they were last paired, and if you don't like any of them, you can just hit the refresh and have a look at the others. Okay, so I'm going to pick, it doesn't really matter what coin I pick here. I mean, we could pick this Relino Jacare one. Why not? I'm sorry if I've butchered the foreign language there. But anyway, so what's going to happen is when you initially copy, you are going to get the request blocked. So you need to click proceed, confirm, tick the box, and click confirm. Okay, this is a normal standard part of the process. This isn't anything going wrong in particular. This is just sort of things you have to click your way through in order for it to work. So the token has been created successfully. So now we've got a coin, but it's not on the market yet because we need to put in an initial investment. We need to create a liquidity pool. So this information here, you don't really have to worry about too much because the only thing we're changing is the amount of Solana we are putting into the coin. So we're gonna have to put a bit of our own Solana into the coin initially just to get it on market. Okay, I've done a bunch of experimenting early on, and frankly the amount of Sol that has worked for me really consistently is 0.2 Sol. So if you're trying this for the first time, I'd recommend putting in 0.2 Sol because that is the amount that has worked for me time and time time again. So once we've done that, we simply will just hit the create pool button down here, and then that will create our coin once we have confirmed the transaction, or rather it will start putting it onto the market. Here we are. So we've got the initial statistics on our coin here. So we've got our name, we've got the pooled solder 0.2, we've got 900 million tokens, and then we've got our value at $15.40. Now, the lightning bolt button is crucial. This is the final piece of the puzzle here. So we're going to boost our coin on Dex Screener. So we're going to pay another 0.25 Solana, but we are going to make that money back and then some, which you will see in a moment. So that boosts us to the top of Dex Screener for an hour. So those bots and trend chasers are going to be looking at our coin first and foremost. That gets us the initial activity that generates the immense hype on the coin. So let's hit that boost button, and then we will be rocking and ready to go. So confirm the transaction there. All right, perfect. Once we hit that, excellent. Now we are live and on the market and ready to go. So I'm going to hit full screen and we're going to have a look at how we're doing on Dex Screener. Let's see how this goes. So from 0, we will see our first batch when it updates. Bam, 25 traders already. Fantastic. That's bumped up to 45, nearly doubled. Brilliant. So you can see here our market cap's already at 5k. Even if it crashes down afterwards, that is a fantastic number to reach this early on. And then so you can see the coin is really, really hot at the moment. Okay, we have got a bunch of people coming in. We've got a bunch of bots probably, you know, adding in already. And this is the method basically. So you're going to let this run and then we'll come back to create coin in a moment. Now, I make money on these videos, obviously. And, you know, we will see here in a bit how much money has, you know, gone into the coin from the $15. But if you want to be in with a chance of winning half of what I make, then please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll put you into a prize draw. So the $15 has turned to a solid 1.01k. Guys, that is fantastic. Thinking about how long we've been running that coin for, that is amazing numbers. So 100% of the liquidity needs to be removed. Hit that minus button, hit remove, and then confirm. And then we will see, my friends, how much profit we have made. So let's take a quick look. So let me come out full screen, and then we're going to see the Phantom wallet. And here we go. $100 turned into $1,000. Guys, we have 10x'd our initial amount in the Phantom wallet. Get on this method as soon as you can.